y'all, welcome back to my kitchen. Happy New Year. Listen, y'all, Miss Donna was enjoying her holiday a little too much. I say, lady, if you don't get up off this couch and get yourself back in that kitchen and get to fixing some cakes, I bet you better. Y'all, I missed y'all. I tell you, when I was preparing to do, I'm going to talk to y'all for a few minutes, so, because I miss y'all. How about that? But y'all, listen. When I was preparing to do this video, I was so excited, you know, trying to throw something on to do the video. I felt like I was coming to see y'all. Knowing I can't see not nobody, but I felt like I was coming to see y'all. Y'all, that is so funny, but I missed you guys. Yeah, I am standing here greasing and I'm getting ready to flour this cake pan. I'm just in a mood today. And for whatever reason, I ain't feel like using no baker's joy. That's not what I wanted to do today. So I say, girl, we're getting ready to grease this pan and flour it. I'm just using some regular Crisco. And that's how we rolling today. And I don't know why I felt like doing this. I just did. So that's what we're doing, okay? So y'all, I have it greased up really good. I think, wait a minute. You got to get every nook and cranny. See? Okay. And then I have some all-purpose flour. Make sure I get this tube really good. And for those of you that usually ask me about this pan was given to me or passed down to me by my first mother-in-law. She baked all the time and cooked and catered. And I was blessed with this pan, okay? I still have my Nordic Ware, that 18-cup capacity pan, but I've just been in the mood to use this one. I'm just lightly flouring with this all-purpose flour, you guys. Yeah, so this is what I was in the mood to do today. This is probably good too, so some of you all can see how to grease this pan. Now I know I'm getting ready to get flour all over this countertop, but I want you guys to see, okay? Because if I take it over to the sink, you won't see it. But it's okay. That's what the dishcloth is for. We can just wipe it up. Alright? So that's what you do. You get it greased and floured. Okay. And like I said, I normally do this over the sink so it can fall in the sink, but I'm just talking to y'all right now. How about that? Oh, I missed you guys. Like, lady, the holiday has come. Holidays have come and gone. Now, I'm going to need you to get about your business. So, I'm glad y'all can't see my top of my oven because y'all, I do have flour all over it. But like I say, it's okay, honey. Okay? All right. So that's what we're doing. We are all greased and floured up. And I just kind of hit it to get some of the, you know, that excess off so it's not too much. Okay? Okay. So we're going to leave it like that. All right? We're going to sit this over here. And I'm washing my hands yet again. Of course, I have already thoroughly washed my hands, but after dealing with that flour, I need to wash it again. Y'all already know. Don't be in the kitchen with nasty hands, y'all. Because that's just nasty. That's just nasty. All right? Okay. So this is what we're doing. Y'all, I had even mentioned possibly going live on New Year's Day. We didn't. I guess you guys know we didn't. But we ended up doing like a late dinner. And that was during the time that we would have been going live. And while at dinner, my husband, he ordered a raspberry lemon drink. Raspberry lemon raspberry, y'all, and it was so good. So I just thought, you know what? How about we do this raspberry lemon pound cake? Okay. Y'all, I'm coming. And y'all, of course, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm not in the mood for like, I don't necessarily care for like the fruit raspberry. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. I'd much rather have the flavor of raspberry, okay? Just like they had in the drink. They didn't have any raspberries, but they had the raspberry flavor, and it was so good. Okay. So what we're gonna do, whew, God declare I missed y'all. Y'all don't really understand how you really do become like a part of our family. So it seems like it's been so long since I've seen you guys, okay? And since I've done this, so I hope I have everything out here. If I don't, as always, the ingredients will be listed in the description box below. Okay, I always list the information too about this mixer in the description box below. You guys just have to scroll down to get to it, okay? All right, so we're doing, as usual, we're going to start with our 3 cups of cake flour, Swans down. And to this, I've added 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. And once I added that, measured it out and added, I sifted this one more time, okay? Swans down. Y'all, it comes pre-sifted for you in the box already. I was trying to see if I see it on the front. It's not on the front, but y'all, I promise you, it's already pre-sifted for you. But like I said, when I add those other ingredients, I like to sift it just one more time, okay? So, cake flour, salt, baking powder, already in here sifted. Then I have 3 cups of sugar. We will be using 1 cup of milk. It is room temperature. And you guys, I usually use the 2% milk because that's the kind of milk we use, like in cereal. We don't use whole milk, and I don't buy just whole milk just to bake with. I just use the 2% that we already have, okay? Then we have 5 large eggs. They are also room temperature. As you can see, I've already cracked them. Then we have 3 sticks of unsalted butter, and it is also room temperature, okay? Now, as I said, I wanted the raspberry flavor. So I'm going to add some of my raspberry Jello. I like to add it kind of where it like gives it a little swirl. I've done this before with another flavor, so I'm going to do some of this. And I have my raspberry oil. I'm probably going to use at least half bottle of the raspberry oil. I purchased my LorAnn oils locally from a cake supplier, so I've never ordered this offline. So I get it locally. Unfortunately, she does not have a website where it can be ordered. Let's see, is that it? Oh, y'all, this lemon extract, y'all. This is pure lemon extract. I picked this up from our local Roses. Y'all, it says it's pure. Yeah, I don't want to tell no stories, but I think this was like $1 and something. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was not even $2. I've had it for a little over a month, so I can't remember. But y'all, this is pure lemon extract, so we'll see how this does. If you've used this, let me know. It says it's pure, okay? All right. I might do a little it's the first of the year, y'all. If I want to be extra, then just let me do me, okay? I might add a little bit of yellow and the red to kind of give it that raspberry, you know. Y'all know you eat with your eyes. So when you see, if it's a raspberry lemonade, when you see the red, you're going to think raspberry. When you see the yellow, you're going to think lemon. Right? Right. Okay. So I might. Just in some of the cake. I might, y'all. I might. We'll see. Okay. I think that's it. Y'all, if I am forgetting, it seems like something, let me see, it seems like something is not sitting over here. And maybe it's just because I've not done this for several weeks now. Looking at my recipe. Okay. I guess I have everything. Oh, another thing I'm going to do, you guys, I think I'm going to start this in a cold oven. Y'all, my oven has really been tripping. I'm trying my best not to just go get an oven. I mean, I've needed one for a long time. I mean, the stains and stuff, they won't come up, the scratches, but now it's tripping sometimes with my temperature. But I'm trying not to just get a new oven because, like, I want all new appliances. I don't want just no oven. I want the oven, the refrigerator, yeah. Y'all ladies, that's how we do. So, I'm trying to hold out. I do have a thermometer in here, so hopefully it'll be okay. But we'll see. But for whatever reason, just because I want to start this one in a cold oven today. That's the only reason. So, we're going to do that. I'm going to start by adding my 3 sticks of butter to my mixing bowl. And then once I get my 3 sticks of butter added, I'm going to go on and add my extract and oil. And I'm doing this in the beginning, that way the flavor will be incorporated throughout the entire mixing process, okay? I was peeping at that date, 3/25/25. Probably should have done that before I purchased it since it wasn't as expensive as extracts are. Okay, so I'm going to do about a teaspoon of this. A teaspoon. And then for my oil, raspberry oil, I'm going to do, I guess, like about half the bottle. And then what I'm going to do, you guys, I'm gonna taste my batter to see if it's giving me enough flavor. I don't mind tasting raw batter, and it'll just be a little bit, but I'm gonna taste it and make sure it's giving me what I need as it pertains to my extracts. And then if not, I can always add a little bit more, okay? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn the mix on, and I'm gonna mix up this butter and the extracts just a few seconds by itself. And then I'm going to slowly start adding my 3 cups of sugar. Now once I get my sugar added, I'm going to cream this butter and sugar for at least about 10 minutes, okay? I want to cream until it becomes light and fluffy. I usually cream on high, so I have this mixer set on about 8. And during the process, I'm going to stop a couple of times and scrape down the sides of the bowl, because what you'll notice is that the butter and sugar will start collecting on the sides of the bowl, which means if it's on the sides, it's not getting properly creamed. So once I do that, I'm going to stop, scrape down a couple of times, and then I'm going to come back and show you what light and fluffy should look like. Okay, you can't skimp on this part. If you do, it can definitely affect the outcome of your cake. It can make your cake even denser. It can make it gummy. We don't want any of that. So make sure you take the time to properly cream the butter and sugar. It makes a world of difference in the outcome of your cake. Now this is light and fluffy. Okay, so that's exactly what you should be looking like. So now that we've creamed our butter and sugar, we're gonna add our eggs one at a time. Now when I start adding my eggs, I only mix just for a few seconds, long enough for the yolk to pretty much disappear. And that only takes a few seconds, okay? Once we get all of the eggs added, you'll notice I'm gonna turn the mixer down. And I turn this mixer down to like number 2. Because then it's time to start adding our flour and our milk, and you alternate. You start with the dry, which is your flour mixture, and you end with your flour mixture, okay? So you alternate that with the milk. Now you want to mix on low, because if not, the same rules apply. The same consequences can happen. Your cake can fall, it can be dense, you can make it gummy, streaky. We don't want any of that, so please be sure not to over mix during this process. And sometimes I say, you know, with pound cakes, sometimes they have a mind of their own, and you do it all right and they just want to act real funky with you. Okay, so sometimes it can still happen, but anywho, just be very mindful as to how you mix when it's time to start adding that flour and alternating with that milk. Okay, let's see, is that all I wanted to tell you? I think it is. Now once I do get these eggs added and some of this flour, I'm going to taste that batter just to see if I have enough of that raspberry flavor. Okay, so then I'll stop once I get everything added, because once I add that last little bit of flour, I'm going to mix a few seconds and then I'll finish mixing by hand. Okay, and at that point, if I need to, I can go on and mix a little bit more of that raspberry flavor if I need it. Okay, I think that's it, y'all. Let's get to mixing so we can be ready to pour this cake and get it baked. All right, like I said, I didn't want to over mix. So I'm gonna mix mix just a little bit more by hand. Definitely going all the way to the bottom to make sure everything is thoroughly mixed. Now I tasted the batter. The raspberry flavor was good. Also keeping in mind that I'm getting ready to add some more raspberry flavor with my raspberry jello. Okay? So let me show you how I'm going to do my raspberry jello. Because you want to be very careful not to add too much water to it, okay? If you add too much water, you're going to have a mess. Alright? If you make it too watery, it's going to affect your batter. So I start, ooh, smells so good. I start with just a little bit at a time, okay? So let's start off with, let's see, this is about 3 teaspoons. I can't stress enough that you have to be careful when you're doing this, because again, if you get it too wet and add it to your cake, you will have a mess. Now y'all be wanting to blame Miss Donna. So this is gonna, I'm gonna kind of, you know, put it in my batter so it'll be kind of like have like ribbons, if you will, ribbons of raspberry throughout the batter. Okay, I need just a little bit more water. If it is runny at all, you have added too much water. Okay? Alright, you see how that looks? It's almost like a paste. Sort of, kinda. See that? Okay? Look at that. Alright. Okay. So now we're going to start filling our cake pan. And I definitely want to make sure that try not to get it up against the tube when you add the raspberry jello. Okay? Try not to get it up against the tube, and try not to get it all close to the edge of your cake pan either. Come on. And because this is so thick, I am going to need to kind of swirl it a little bit to get it to spread it out. See, that's all I'm going to do, just to kind of, so it won't be a big, I don't want big clumps of the raspberry jello. Does that make sense? Okay. Y'all see that? All right. That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna keep adding this filling. So now we've added all of the raspberry Jello. I'm trying to release air bubbles. We're getting ready to go in the oven. Again, we're starting with a coal oven. I'm turning my temperature on, turning the oven on now to 300. I know we will bake at least an hour and a half. At least that's what I'm going to set the temperature for. And just so you guys will have a reference, this is how much of the Jello, hour 30 minutes. This is how much of the Jello that I have left, okay? So that kind of gives you an idea of what I use. You don't have to use that much, but that's what we did, okay? So we will check it about an hour and a half. All right. We have been baking about an hour and 30 minutes. And now we're gonna sit here and cool for at least 10. Ooh. And in the meantime, we're going to cool for at least 10 minutes before we flip. In the meantime, we're going to go on and make our glaze, okay? I always make my glaze and mix it up by hand. Don't measure, I just pour and add milk until I get it to my desired consistency. Now what you also have to do is make sure you add just a little bit of milk at a time, okay? If you add too much, it'll be too loose. Well, I like a thick glaze, okay? So if you add too much, it'll make it too runny and too loose. I like to start off with my glaze, making it a little thick first. That helps me get it smooth. I'm gonna add just a little bit of this lemon extract. I don't want to do the red and the yellow. Y'all, they look like ketchup. And I'm glad I remembered. I think I've done something with red and yellow glaze before. That don't look like ketchup and mustard. I said, we're not doing that today, okay? So we're going to start with a little bit of milk. I think I want to add maybe just, this says it's gold. Hopefully it won't, I change colors. I'm going to do this one, so maybe it won't be too dark. But can y'all see that? It says gold. So we'll see. I'm going to do just a little smidget. Just a little drop. Hopefully it won't make it like a real dark gold. I just want a little hint of, ooh, a little hint of color. So I think that little hint is not going to make it too dark. Okay, gave it just a little hint of color, and to me that looks a little more brown than gold. I guess it would have made it a deep gold. Anywho, I didn't want my glaze just like totally white, so I'm not going to put any more of that because that will make it look like it's a deep gold color. But anywho, so y'all, just that quick, we have glaze. And like I said, I always just mix it by hand. And you see how smooth that is? Okay? Alright. Okie dokie. Now that looks a lot darker than that on there. That looks more yellow than gold. But it definitely comes out looking gold. Anywho, we're going to leave that alone. We're going to continue to cool, and then we'll be ready to flip in just a few minutes. Alright, it's been 10 minutes. So it's time to flip. Stuck a little bit. That's the thing about using that, when you use, what's that stuff called? What's it called? Jello. Oftentimes you'll have some sticking, but it's like I be trying to make sure I use enough of it, you know, to get me my desired effect. So that's fine. And what happens is it does sink. Oh, this pan is hot. Y'all see that? It does sink to the bottom of the pan. So, let's see. I'm not too worried about this. I want it because, y'all, it makes it taste kind of chewy. Now, if it's going to put big humps on the side, I don't want it all on there, but I do like some of it. Because mine has that chewy raspberry taste, kind of like that. I ain't gonna say a crunch, not a crunch, but chewiness, like I said. Makes it chewy. And then it also kind of gives it, sometimes that top, right up under the top layer, it kind of has that layer of the, it don't look like they go right there. How about we eat it? It kind of has that layer of the Jello. That's why I say you have to be really careful when you're adding that Jello, because that Jello can mess you up if you do too much of it or you have it too wet. So definitely don't use the whole box. So it'll be kind of textured around the edges, which is fine. And also, you guys, you know I showed you that little bit of, what was that? That little bit of Jello that I had left. Yeah, I don't want to throw a little bit of Jello away, so I added some water to the bowl. I added some water to the bowl to kind of loosen it up. So what I want to do while this cake is still warm, ooh, y'all, that's good. Let me see. Ooh, that's so chewy. Okay, I loosened up that little bit that was left. While this is warm, I'm just going to spread some of it on the cake. That's all I want to do. Spread it real thin. While it's warm. And you know, Jello can be a little gritty, so I'm hoping, since the cake is warm, it's going to kind of, you know, I guess kind of melt some of that grittiness. That grittiness that's in the Jello. Okay. So that's all I want to do. So we're going to let this cake continue to cool. And then once it's totally cool, we'll put the glaze on. Don't want to do the glaze right now because it will run right off because it's still hot. Okay. All right. So let y'all just add it, and I tried to, you know, kind of spread out that Jello so it won't have big lumps. See, just kind of got it on there, kind of thin. All right. All right, so we'll continue to cool, and then we'll be ready to glaze when we return. All right, you guys, let's go on and put this glaze on this cake. I'm gonna focus on the edge first to kind of camouflage where it's stuck. Okay. It's gonna be a simple glaze today. Alright, you guys, this is a simple raspberry lemon pound cake. And I think the texture around the edges kind of gives the illusion of raspberries. And even the what's that, the Jello that I put under there, it kind of has the texture too of a raspberry. Alright, you guys, that's it. With the lemon glaze. And it's a little bit extra glaze down in the hole. It is time to cut this ugly cake.
It's beautiful, Mother.
It's ugly. Ugly, y'all.
Yeah.
You want some cake?
Merry Christmas.
Honey.
Happy New Year. Happy Merry. Come here, man. Tell us, say hey. Say Happy New Year, everybody. Say Happy New Year, people. Say Happy New Year. It's a new year, and we have already made our New Year's resolution.
Baby, y'all have to be up so close to
Well,
you want some cake.
The people, I was wondering, was they looking at us? Huh? I don't see none of them.
I want you to tell me what flavor it is.
Tell me what flavor it is, dude. Tell me what flavor it is. Tell me what flavor it is. Hey, guys, I got some special stuff for y'all this year. That's for real. I got some special stuff. You got some special. I don't change.
Y'all tell me what flavor you're tasting without. Look, y'all.
Oh, this fancy one. I want the fancy one. Give me the fancy one.
The fancy one?
Yeah, give me the fancy one.
Wow, this fancy.
Yeah, you have to smell and wash.
Who smell?
Tell me what you're smelling.
I smell warm.
Yeah, you smell
It is
warm.
I smell warm. It smell warm. All right, dude, you gonna help me with this? Gonna help Papa? There you go. We gotta get you started early.
Can
We
you
gotta get you
taste the
started.
flavors? Yeah, see. Ooh.
Boy, this is moist. That's all
It is moist.
Oh, moist. Y'all hear
It's
them?
very moist.
Are you gonna smile or something and stop looking like you back there thinking?
I am
We
trying to
thinking,
think.
we-
I know, right? But that's gonna be in the thumbnail, honey.
Merry New Year's.
They gonna say you about a week late.
Well,
Is
what's
it
more, man?
raspberry?
They go ding 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 ding. Hey, y'all see? She tasted that
You know
raspberry.
what? You know what?
You was trying to figure out what it was. You knew it wasn't strawberry.
Okay, guys, this is what it tastes like, and this is true story. You ever ate those cakes with the raspberry, the swirl in them? The swirls?
The cinnamon rolls.
No, not the cinnamon rolls. They're cakes.
Oh, like the Danish?
Yeah, with the
Yes.
swirl. That's what.
Oh, that's what it
Raspberry
tasted like?
Yes, exactly.
Did you get some
that's
cake?
it.
Did Papa give you
Come here.
Oh, yeah.
Did Papa give you some?
He looking like no.
Well, you guys.
I got another official taste tester.
And see, I was trying to make sure
So we're
that
gonna have to
you
lay
could
you
really
off.
taste.
We gonna lay you off. There's too many people
You know,
in this
I
kitchen.
like to make sure you taste the flavor of the
Okay.
cake.
Yeah.
Mom Egan said you're gonna go send Mama cake. I really like to make sure that you taste the flavor
Yeah, this
and
is
know
good. It tastes
know
like
what you're tasting.
it tastes like the Danish
Raspberry Danish. Oh, and like the cinnamon rolls we'd be eating. Oh,
Okay.
okay.
You would like that?
Well, good.
I don't eat the cinnamon rolls, so I don't know.
Tastes like your
Well, you
raspberry
guys.
donuts.
I had.
You know those raspberries? They look they almost like gold.
Babe, I didn't buy those. I didn't
I
eat
know what you're
those.
talking about.
I mean, I know what you're talking about, but I didn't eat them.
Why you
I
didn't eat
ain't
them?
eat them.
Why you
Because I
didn't eat them?
didn't, babe.
Look at
I
that
just
blue
didn't.
plate.
I just did.
He was eyeballing me.
I had told them in the beginning of the video, I was like, lady, Christmas and New Year, the New Year is over. you need to get off this couch and get on back in front of this camera. And I was so excited because I missed y'all. Then you missed them.
I missed them too.
It's so funny because it's like, I told him I was like getting ready, like I was coming to see them. I can't see not now.
Not now
one of them. What you doing? Yummy, yummy.
What do y'all look like anyway? Good.
He's looking at his mommy. All right, you guys. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this video. We are so glad to be back.
What is this more?
It's good. We are so glad to be back. Is that do number 2?
Cake.
Yeah, well, you gotta take this in.
I'm home.
You home?
Coming in the corner.
What was that cake?
You want me to cut your piece?
It's like brown. It's brown, and you can see the swirl.
Y'all, this video is gonna be just a tad bit long
talking
because we
about a
missed you
raspberry.
guys. It's the first time we've seen you all this year.
They're about this long, and they're round like this, and you can see the.
All the
Excuse me,
Swiss cake
babe.
roll ones?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. The Swiss. Yes.
But see, I never, with the Swiss cakes and those, I always go for the chocolate.
And they do taste like that.
And if
They
I
told
can
you.
roll,
So that's what it tastes like, guys. Like the Swiss cake rolls, you can see. It is good. It is moist. Doggone, this is
some of the
moist.
extra
It
ice.
is warm.
Y'all
Can't
see,
get none of my cake
that's
anymore.
why I like the extra icing. The extra glaze. He said, "Can I get some of that extra?" He called it icing, but it's glaze. You want it on top, baby?
Oh, yes, please.
Let me taste it. I want to see what it tastes like.
After you just ate a whole piece.
No, it's every piece tastes different.
Baby, we're getting ready to eat some dinner. You don't need another piece.
Oh yeah, my mama. I'm a grown man. I'm a grown man. I can eat
know
much.
you grown, baby.
I can eat much snacks if I want to eat before I
You
eat.
eat that big old burger you just ordered.
Why did I get a large one?
Because you're a man.
Because I'm a man.
Y'all can say he a man.
Now, woman, cut me another piece.
Dad, I'm gonna be honest, you're not gonna eat that.
How you gonna tell me that?
Burgers.
Okay, come over here so you can tell him what you think.
I'm good.
I'm at home, man. I'm at home.
I know, but that's almost over, ain't it? Hey, where y'all going to eat? Look.
Why you get the extra icing on yours? Why you do that?
Yes.
Because he asked for extra ice.
Steven, have you had those Swiss cake rolls before?
Have you ever had those?
Have you had them before?
Leave me
Have you
alone.
had them?
Silence!
It's strawberries though. Those are strawberries.
No, guys. Hey, guys, really, we miss you guys, and you should see what we got coming up.
He be all in the camera, girl. He be putting that
All in
one eye.
people's face.
Y'all should see what's coming next, guys. I'm trying
I
to
did
tell you.
that.
You should see.
Why you waving?
Because he knew you
Cause some of you don't want me too close. You don't want me far. What is just right? What is just right at? Jackson, what you doing, man?
He trying to, he looking up at the camera, but can't see.
Down at the camera looking up like.
Why you
So one day.
You gonna tell everybody bye?
Bye-bye. Say bye-bye, y'all. Bye-bye, y'all.
Well, you guys, I guess we've held you all long enough.
You know, we missed you guys. We ain't seen you in what? How long has it been? It was last year since we seen y'all. What y'all talking about?
Well, if you've not subscribed, please consider doing so. Turn on that
Hit
notification.
the nosy.
That's that notification bell when you turn
Then
it on.
shake
and it
some.
shakes.
Then shake some. Just shake some.
He just took over.
You done? Shake some. Shake some. Yeah, they can see you.
See me?
You silly. Please consider joining our YouTube family. We would love to have you here with all the shenanigans and dude number 1, dude number 2. Let's do that over here, little bitty baby dude. Yeah. Right? Okay.
So how can he get another
He
piece?
getting ready to get caught. Y'all
How
look
can
at
he
him.
get another
Are you
piece?
trying to cut more cake?
Huh?
Huh?
Yep.
Huh? Like what the day is? You see me?
The Lord is listening to you. You better not lie.
What you mean?
Just keep finishing.
God always listening.
You finish your video.
Y'all stop. Y'all have to eat something.
We gonna eat some cake.
Oh my goodness. Thank you guys
This ain't nothing but
so
warm bread
much
with
for
some
watching.
Some flavor.
I already look forward to
Flavor
you
bread.
joining us again next time. Say bye. Bye, Jay. Bye. Say bye. 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 There you go.